Welcome to Magic Arcanum. I'm Ryan Gomez. Behind the scenes is Nicole Burdick, and we're so glad you're here because it's story time. And it's a live stream story time. These are a lot of fun. I'm trying to get better at it. Figuring out all the technology, getting more fluid on my feet here. And just hanging out, building bridges with the community. This is what I'm all for. So thank you for tuning in. I think today's going to be pretty chill. Arena had a huge patch, update, whatever you call it, drop today. So it took me like all day to download it and install it and get it running. But I think everything is solid now. So hopefully you can all hear me and see me okay. I don't really have anything solid planned. I kind of ran a little poll on the community tab on the Arcanum channel. Asked people what kind of decks they wanted to see. And the number one answer on there was Brawl. And in hindsight, I probably should have been a little more clear because you may not know, they recently changed what used to be historic Brawl, the closest thing to Commander, the 100-card singleton format, is now just called Brawl. And what used to be called Brawl is now Standard Brawl, and that's the one that is 60 cards using only a standard card pool. So Brawl got the biggest vote. Right behind it was Limited. And some people pointed out the Arena Cube is available right now, but I don't really have time to do a whole cube draft, unfortunately, because most of the day went into just updating the software, and I don't want to rush through like a draft. That's no fun. So we'll save that for another time. Today, I think we're just going to do some Brawl action, but you guys can help me decide. Are we doing Standard Brawl, or should we brew up something for Historic Brawl, which again is now just called Brawl? I don't know, guys. I don't know. How are you all doing today? I hope you all can hear me and see me and everything, and you're having a good Friday. It's a little rainy and overcast here. No snow, which is pretty good for upstate central New York this time of year. It's quite pleasant out, nice and warm, really. But felt like a good day to just jump on and do some streaming. The story for Murders at Karlov Manor, I'm working on that. The recap script, should have that ready to go in time for the set release, hopefully in time for the pre-release, which would mean next week. But I'm working on that. It's a really big story, lots of twists and turns, so I'm trying to put enough time into that it turns out really good. But in the meantime, have an opportunity here for a little break and doing some live stream. So that's what we're doing here. And Wine Vader says Brawl sounds cool. Okay, so that means historic Brawl, right? The big one, which sounds great to me too. I like it. I like brewing up decks there. You can do a lot of fun thematic things. I love playing with legends or planeswalkers, which I kind of forget that you can do in Brawl and you can't really do in Commander. And I don't think I've ever made a Brawl deck with a planeswalker as the commander, but maybe we'll do that. All right, so we gotta set this to Brawl, and we'll make a new deck here together because that's what we're doing. All right, but then you gotta actually go into this little drop down here and switch yourself from Standard into Brawl, which is, again, Historic Brawl. Historic Brawl has more content. I mean, that's true. I kind of like the challenge of building a Standard deck, but whatever, we're good. Okay, now we have to pick our commander, and I mean, I've done a bunch, but there's also a lot I've not done. So how do we even begin to narrow this down? I like to look at multicolor ones because that gives you a little bit more options to work with. Is there a certain character that we are interested in playing around with? I mean, New Kellen, he's kind of cool. I like a lot of the March of the Machine and Aftermath cards. I think they don't get enough respect. So we could do something fun with like Heliod here or somebody like that. I don't know. What are we feeling? What are we in the mood for? Who's going to be the Arcanum Brawlmander? Blue-white is kind of not my favorite combination. Ariat would be kind of fun with lots of maybe look by set or block. There we go. That's a great idea. All right. Lost Caverns is pretty new. I don't have a huge collection of that yet. Wilds is pretty good. March or Aftermath. Let's just look at those three and see what we got. Okay, so Rona I like, but I use her in a lot of other decks. I don't know if I would make her her own commander. A Yara could be kind of cool. Never done a red and black one like that. We have the OG Kellen, who's kind of more of a equipment kind of a thing. We could do Pelucranos Hydras. That could be kind of fun. I've already done fairies. I have a real life a real life commander fairy deck that I like quite a bit. So that'd be kind of cool. You can use Obira or Talion for either of those. Maybe something with Sarkhan and dragons. That could be interesting. Wrinkle and Torbrand would be a fun one. Yeah, I have a red-black demons deck, but that's more of like a kindred, kind of just building up the demons and devils and imps and tieflings with Raphael. But this could be kind of a fun challenge. Oh, what else is jumping out to me? I like Quint, doing like a lore hold kind of a thing with lots of spirits coming out of the graveyard. Yeah, love to see some Sulfim burn. What is that? Yargle and Mildani. Okay, the old black and green giant vanilla creature challenge. I mean, I'm not saying no. Right now, we're just kind of taking the temperature of the room. Are we in a goofy mood? Do we want to do something really wacky and out there? Do we want to make something competitive and, you know, really push ourselves? Do we just want to do something flavorful and fun? Do we want to just get lost with it with Fibblethip? A lot of choices, a lot of choices. How we doing? How we doing? We're doing all right. It's been a long week, but the weekend is here. Took some time to get this arena update down and installed, but now that that's running, just want to cram in a little bit of a live stream here before my kid gets home from school. So, oh, one of the dominant. Okay. I'm with you now. That's right. I don't know the names of all those guys. Sulfim is one of the dominant ones from all we won. Okay, that's those are all monocolored. But all right, maybe we can work that into something. Big vanilla ice cream, man, you're pushing for it. All right, well, since you are passionate and since I totally respect that, do I have a fun foil version of this? Ooh, we can. We'll do that. We'll do it. All right. So our commander for Brawl Live is going to be Yargle and Multani. 18-6 for 6 mana. So we're probably going to need some ramp. We're probably going to need some way to make this thing evasive. If we want to just crack in for a ton of damage, we got to give it trample or menace or something. Not really any easy ways to like fling this guy in green and black. But we might be able to just kind of build a good value shell here. Voltron one shot. I mean, I don't know. There's a jury out on who done it in Karlov. No, I know who did it in Karlov, but I'm not revealing that here. You're going to have to watch the full recap video, which should be ready in the next week or so. Do we know when the epilogue is coming out for the story of Murders at Karlov Manor? I am unsure what is going on with that story, just so you're all aware of how this works. There were 10 chapters published on the official website, which is where they usually post the story. And at the end of it, it just kind of ended, in my opinion, a little abruptly, maybe even a little too cleanly. But people have been speculating that there's like hidden clues to uncover. We thought maybe when we got the full card image gallery with the you know, all the story spotlight cards, maybe that would reveal something that wasn't online, or that there might be a secret 11th chapter still coming, or that needs to be, you know, unlocked or something that might have a twist. Maybe the ending we got was like a fake ending, and there's really more to this mystery, which would be kind of cool. But that's part of like why I'm a little hesitant to start my recap, because if I get it all written and recorded and all set, and then you know, at the last minute there's some revelation that the story has a big twist to it that I didn't know, then that's not great. Although then I just make another video covering that. But that's where we're at right now. As far as I know, there's just the 10 story chapters. I haven't heard anything about any epilogues or follow-ups or, you know, secret mystery chapters to unlock, although I've seen theories about that going around. Okay. Just want to say thank you for all the videos you've done. My cousin just started her Planeswalker journey. Your channel's one of the first. Oh, well, that's great. That is awesome. I love being a part of people's journey into Magic. That's really cool, and I'm glad you enjoy the videos. Thanks for being here for the live chat. We are trying to build Yargle and Multani. I feel like I hopefully didn't bite off more than these guys can chew. All right, so if we're doing Yargle and Multani, what I always love to do whenever you have the partnered commanders is to put the individual ones in the deck as well, because why not? That at least gives us a few cards. So we can have OG Yargle in here, and we can do the fancy one of him. And we can do Multani Yavamaya's Avatar. Hero's Heirloom could be spicy. That's not how we spell it. We talking the sword, okay. I dig it, I dig it. As long as equipped creature is legendary, trample and haste. That's what we want. We want to punch through for a whole lot of damage. Also, while I'm thinking of it, we're going to put in stuff like Plaza, the Arcane Signet, Command Tower. Those are both great to have whenever you're doing a deck like this. All right. Hi, Ryan. Top 5 favorite commanders. In paper, my favorites right now, I have a mono blue Naban Dean of Iteration deck, which is like mono blue wizards. If you don't know Naban, I guess I can't show you because he's blue. But Naban, whenever a wizard entering the battlefield causes a ability to trigger, it triggers a second time. And almost all of the creatures are wizards that when they enter the battlefield, they return a creature or permanent to its owner's hand. So it's like Naban into what is it, Aether Adept or something, or Aether Channeler is a good one because he has a bunch of different modes. And then Naban's like, yeah, let's just do it twice, do it whatever. And then you can add like Roaming Throne, Panharmonicon, Virtue of Knowledge, and you just like stack up all these triggers and the opponent can't keep a board. So that's like my favorite, I think. I also got the blue and black Fairies Precon from Wilds of Eldraine, and I've been kind of tweaking that and upgrading it and kind of putting my own spin on that, and that one's been a lot of fun to work on as well. And then just last night, actually, I played Commander with Nicole and some of my brother and another friend that we've got here in Rochester, and I was playing a new deck that I just made that was Zimone and Dina, so it's a 3-color deck that tries to draw 2 cards a turn on like every turn because that triggers their drain 2 gain 2 kind of a thing. So that one's pretty cool. And then I got a red and black demons, devils, imps, and tieflings deck with Raphael as the commander, and that one's a lot of fun. Has really big creatures in it, and Raphael gives them like all lifelink, so you're playing a lot of like 7/7s, 8/8s with lifelink, which feels great. And then I've got a green and white Satsuki deck from Kamigawa Neon Dynasty, and that one is mostly sagas and enchantments and has like a little kind of historic and legendaries kind of a theme to it as well. And I've talked about them all on the channel before, and I think I've got links floating around to my Scryfall page where you can see all those deck lists. So those are my favorites that I've got right now, but you know, maybe this new one will be my new favorite with Yargle and Multani. Who knows? Okay, how are we getting enough mana and such to cast these guys? Do we want some ramp? Maybe, do we want like Llanowar Elves and such? Maybe we can put in a little package like that. I like a Llanowar Elves, Visionary, drawn a card. I mean, that's pretty good. Do I have a shiny? Yeah. I don't like how it like defaults to the not shinies. I'm all about the shinies. Let's use those wherever we can. And then, like, Loam Speaker. I think probably can grab an Elvish Mystic as well. We're going to want staples like Cultivate goes in here for sure. Solemn Simulacrum is a great one to have, like, all the time. Okay. Try with Defense of the Heart. Is that on Arena? Here we go. Okay. Okay, so I didn't have a copy. At the beginning of upkeep, the opponent controls 3 or more creatures. Sack this. Search your life for up to 2 creatures. Put those onto the battlefield. Okay. I think I see where we're going with that. Well, I have 27 Mythic Wildcards, so I guess we can burn one here on an Enchanted Tail. Topiary Stomper. Okay, alright. So drop that in. Stomper's good. I got a fancy one of you. I do not. Boo. Nope, I don't need to craft anymore. Alright, Stomper. What's the other one? Wayward Swordtooth? I mean, that's alright. Maybe something like Azusa can let us drop a couple extra lands. Don't need to craft it. Azusa's Many Journeys? Phyrexian Arena, okay. That's going to show me all the arena cards. Okay, getting some card draw. Very nice, very nice. Guess we can have a little elf sub-theme package here with Elvish Visionary. It's a good cheap body. Maybe even this one. Okay, and then, so I like to kind of cash those things in with stuff like Village Rites. You know, after my elves have kind of got me where I need to be, I'm okay using them to draw a couple more cards. That might be useful. Selvala, let's see. All right, 3 mana, 2/3. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, its controller may draw a card if its power is greater than each other creature's power. Okay, we can run that, sure. Also want to be thinking about stuff like removal, right? Stuff like Infernal Grasp is probably fine. Go for the Throat's probably good. Bitter Triumph, I think we're okay with. Probably not Murder, but Hero's Downfall seems... Any more ways to give Trample to Yargle? Great question. How about Audacity? +2/+0 and Trample. I think we can fit in that. And let's see. So what I like to do, like if I'm looking for Trample, but I don't want creatures with Trample, we're going to turn off creatures, but maybe look for artifacts, because that would be like equipment or enchantments, because those would be auras. So I already have Audacity. Rune of Might. Sure. Ooh, here we go. Garrick's Uprising. Okay. If we have enough more big creatures, drawn cards, they all get trample. We'll take that. Roots. Edict. Ooh, yeah. Edict is a great suggestion. Shadow Spear is just like one of the most OP pieces of equipment in the whole universe. So we gotta have that for sure. Ronus's Monument, I suppose. Ooh, I do like Stonecoil Serpent. That's one of my favorite cards. I think we're just gonna put that in here as well. Good call on edicts. I always tend to forget those. They're not going to be enchantments or artifacts. Shieldred's Edict, and we might even have enough mana to flashback Chainers. Do I have a shiny? Yeah. All right, we're up to 70 out of 100 cards already. I feel like we need... What's our curve looking like? We got some cheap stuff. We probably have enough ramp. GGG enchant that gives counters to small creatures. Card draw for big creatures. Oh, something with the world tree, right? Tribute to the world tree or whatever. A million tributes. Okay. Yeah, that seems pretty good. And okay, tribute. No. Just put it in the deck. There we go. All right. Very good, very good. Okay, still got room for about 30-ish more cards. What else do we still need here? How about Planeswalkers? What's a good supporting... I'm feeling like Vivian probably goes in here or something. Planeswalkers. Tribute Planeswalkers, no. Okay. Galta. We can circle back for Galta. So I like this version of Vivian. I almost never see her played anywhere, but giving all of our creatures flash is like pretty good. Giving somebody vigilance and reach, fine. And she also lets us dig through our library. So I kind of, yeah. Oh, Ronas himself. Okay, yeah, I put the monument in there, but we can grab Ronas as well. Who else? Nissa is like just generally all around really good. Yeah, I guess we could take Nissa. I don't think we want any of these ones. Anybody black that really helps us? I don't think so. Zombies, nah. I don't want to like overdo it on Planeswalkers. All right, so let's get off of those. We got a few of those. Grab a God. God Eternal Ronas. Or is there one I don't have? Yeah, I don't have the Amonkhet one. Okay. So we can craft that. Ooh, Thrun. Okay, yeah. You guys are so good at this. Like, I should do this every time. Breaker of Silence. We'll take that for sure. Favorite the shiny. Okay, still got plenty of room here. What do we still need? More card draw, more removal, more ramp, or just more threats? I like... Thragtusk is in here, right? This is a fun one. We'll take that. I mean, it's like just a nice, solid, gain life, make a body. Hits the middle of our curve. Also like Workshop War Chief for like similar reason. Just kind of keep the pressure on him. Take that. And then what's some other stuff that I like? I like Obstinate Baloth. Just gains us some life. Cragplate Baloth can like be really good. So we'll take both of these guys. Do we need like some fight spells? Maybe. Well, I guess we don't. Do we want fights or do we want bites? Right? Like, ooh, Inscription of Abundance. I think that's pretty flexible. I like having access to that when I can get it. Actually, there's two. There's Inscription of Abundance and Inscription of Ruin is also really good. So those are nice flexibles. We don't have a lot going on in like multicolor yet here, right? Terra Sunder is really flexible for hitting all kinds of stuff. Always happy to draw that. Assassin's Trophy. I mean, that's like worth having. Anything else? Anything else? Leyline Prowler is just like generically pretty good. Sopendrel and the 8-cost Vorinclex. Okay. Throwback to the old Arcana video. Yeah. All right. I'm trusting that we're spelling that even close to right. Is it Zop? Oh, he's not going to show up in our gold. All right. Beginning of each combat, double the power and toughness of each creature you control. I mean, yeah, sure. The 8-cost Vorinclex. Ugh. Let's do it. This is good. You guys are helping me spend my wild cards that I definitely didn't need to save for any reason. No, I don't need 2 of them. Just put it in the deck. Okay. Somehow we're still only at 85 cards. This deck feels like it's got everything we could possibly want already, but we have room for 15 more. Double strike would also be good. Some protection. Okay. Ah, yes. Excellent. All right. How do we feel about Tamiyo's safekeeping? How do we feel about Tyvar's stand? These are both good. What's the one that puts a counter on something and gives it hexproof? Snakeskin Veil. Snakeskin Veil. We'll take that. Card advantage, yes. Okay. You are not wrong. We need a few more ways to kind of draw and dig through our deck here. So, excuse me. Guy's Gift. I dig it. All right. So in black and green, our drawing is kind of... Well, okay, green has Harmonize, right? I mean, that's just straight up draw 3. Take that. You can also put in Jared. Who's Jared? Up the beanstalk. Of course we want that. Good thought, good thought. Great Henge, yep. Garrick's Uprising, I think we've already got. Right there, yep. Nice enchanted version. All right, 8 more cards, friends. How's our curve looking? Still got a lot of like cheaper stuff. Maybe we should, I don't know, I guess we're averaging a 3.1, which this makes it look like it's a bit lower than it really is, but maybe we do need cheaper stuff. One Ring. I kind of refuse to put in Lord of the Rings cards if I can get away with it. I don't really want to play the One Ring. I know it is good. I know Shieldred is also like really, really good, but like then every deck starts to feel the same, and I kind of want to just embrace the craziness that is Yargle and Multani. So how can we help them to be the best they can be? I mean, do we want like Dark Ritual to just kind of some spooky equipment? That's a good, yeah, we need more equipment. So what's good here? Equipped creature has lifelink. I mean, we got some big bodies here. Throwing lifelink on somebody might be pretty good. Battle for Zendikar. All right, yeah, that's a good one too. We'll come back to that in a second. I don't know what else is good equipment. Swords? Do we want like sword of something? We do have Shadow Spear. How about a little sword package? We'll do Forge and Frontier and Once and Future, because I got both. Just drop those each in there. How does it feel to have the most stylish mustache? Feels pretty great, you know. I was looking for some way to differentiate myself from all the other bald, bearded guys, because that's a stereotype. And I thought, hey, why not just do the mustache? And then for a while, Riley Knight had a very nice looking mustache himself, and he finally got rid of it, and I was like, oh, thank God, because now I can have it back. But yeah, the Grizzlebrand mask. Okay, so we're sneaking a little demon action into our flying. Okay, that might help get our Yargle through there, so I can see that one. All right, we'll try that. Okay, and then we said invasion. We wanted to go back and grab some invasions. Invasion of Zendikar. Love it. Any of these other invasions really help us? Guess we don't really have like any board wipe type stuff going on here yet, right? What about Murderous Rider? Love it. Love Murderous Rider. He is fantastic. Good call. Korea. Sure. Okay, room for 2 more. Sword of Forge and Frontier would cause the green auras to fall off. That is true. I guess we'll have to be very careful, but we're trying to just kind of kill people out of nowhere here. Gray Merchant. I don't know if we have enough, like, black devotion to really... maybe. You know who else I kind of like? This guy, Knight of the Ebon Legion, because... he's good early, he's good late. If we have extra mana, you can just pump him up. He's like kind of always relevant and useful. And then we just need one more good solid card. So what's it going to be? I feel like we should find something that's like multicolored just to kind of bring it home. Any good haste givers? Oh, is like boots, right? Or greaves or something. Swiftfoot boots. I hate the old frame. Ugh. Is there any other way to give haste without using ugly boots? There they are. Cloak of the Bat. I mean, that's interesting. Mosswood Dread Knight. You might be onto something there. Yeah, either it's Cloak of the Bat. I like Dread Knight. I like Dread Knight so much. How much? This much. All right, that's 100 perfect cards. Love them, love them. We're just gonna run it and make changes as we go. Okay. We gotta make some change. Oh, maybe some lands, right? Like we can tinker with that for sure. What do I still have? Okay. So what do we want? Any special stuff here? Cycling lands I usually like to have. Hive is like pretty good, right? Takanuma is pretty good. Beside you, very, very good. Lair of the Hydra, also good. And then for doubles, we've got Glade, Cottage. Just kind of throwing in whatever we've got here. I guess the pathway also works for us. Teamwork. Oh, we already got command tower, right? Okay, I think we're in good shape here. Only thing left is cosmetics. What sleeve and avatar and everything? I have so many, too many, I dare say. Look, they're still loading in. You can see like the scroll wheel keeps going up, and then it finally like just gives up and shoves me all the way back to the top. Okay, maybe I'll handle this part because you guys don't know how many sleeves I have. The answer is far too many. Feeling like I don't know, these beast ones are pretty cool and vaguely fitting. Do I have a Yargle sleeve? Oh, I do. Oh, I do. Okay, that makes that easy. That's fine. And then who would be hanging out with these lunatics? I guess we can do foreign Klex. That's pretty evil. Vraska. There's no Vraska pet, but we can certainly make her the avatar. That's a good idea. And then I like the Witherbloom book. I mean, I think that's appropriate. All right, we'll switch. Do I even have a Vraska? I must, right? Or is she one that I have to... There she is. Okay. All right, looking good. We got our green and black, everything. We have successfully built a deck. Can we win with it, though? I don't know. All right. Oh, Vraska pet card. I get it. I'm thinking like... Vraska pet, that's not a thing, but I should have put at least one copy of Vraska in here. You're probably right. Okay, so Brawl, new action from Yargle and Multani. Place your bets. We gonna win this one? Yay or nay, fam? Let's see. Can I start a poll? All right, so I'm gonna just post a poll. Do you think we're gonna win this first game? Let me know what you think. All right, our opening 7. We have 2 forests and up the beanstalk, and then not a whole lot else going on here. I don't love it. We're gonna mulligan that, I think. This is not better. This is worse. Well, we're going down to 6. Okay. Still not great, but I don't want to go down to 5. We're going to have to give up this incredibly expensive Phyrexia. No, elf. Yeah, how did we not open on an elf? Don't know. This is all right. We've got Ryder. We got Vivian. We have Arena. How did we not have an elf in any of those opening hands? We have like two different 1-drop elves. And we didn't draw either of them. Shuffler's rigged. Rigged, I tell you. All right, opponent is on Feather the Redeemed. Now, I guess that's an awkward spot for my face camera because now you can't read the text, but... So Feather is a 3/4 flying angel, and whenever you cast an instant or sorcery that targets a creature you control, exile that card instead of putting it in your graveyard, and then you get that card back. So they just love to, like, go nuts on Feather. Do we go Arena and just try to draw? Do we... I guess we do. I guess we just need cards. We gotta make up for our mulligans. We gotta find lands. So the trick is to catch Feather when they don't have, like, God's Willing or any of the protection spells. And since they just use both of their white and all they have left is a mountain, this might be, like, our best chance to, like, just straight up kill Feather right now. That's my plan. Okay. So hopefully that slows them down for a little bit. And the next turn, we're probably... We'll playing this Murderous Rider. And maybe the Dread Knight if we can get another land. Or the Elf. Or Rider and keep up Snakeskin Veil. What do we think? Do we play Llanowar Elf or do we keep up Protection? I think I want to keep up Protection because if they, like, burn that guy, we're just really far behind. Elf. Well, I mean, he showed up a little late for work, but we'll put him to work here. Faithless Looting, sure, sure. I mean, I would love for them to be cocky enough to attack into my harmless-looking 2/3 because Snakeskin Veil makes him into a 3/4, which would eat either of these, and that would feel pretty good. But I suspect opponent is also looking for lands. They haven't found another white one yet. Okay. Yep. Target creature can't block this turn, draw a card. So if we give ourselves hexproof in response, then we can block, but now they're not going to charge into a 3/4. More importantly, they don't get to draw another card. Okay. We do find a land. We find another land. So I think I like Vivian here. So Vivian lets us play our creatures as though they had flash, and we can give our rider vigilance and reach.
The mysteries of life are endless.
And now I'm okay attacking with it, and I still have him on defense, and we get some of our life back, which we kind of need. All right, maybe we're turning the corner. I don't want to jinx it. Monastery Mentor from the opponent. Looks like they're still, like, hurting for lands. Interesting. So they've got 2 mana available, probably some sort of a trick. They're hoping to eat our rider. So I think instead we're going to flash in this Dreadnought. And then try to block with that, because if it dies, we can just recast it for the adventure on our next turn. And if they want to spend a card here to protect Bergie, that's fine. Because it's not like she gets trample or anything, so we keep Vivian. And now we have the option to draw again with the Dread Knight. Interesting. Okay. So we picked up Tear Asunder, which exiles an artifact or an enchantment, or we can kick it to get rid of anything. Getting rid of their signet would, like, be pretty mean. Getting rid of Bergie might also slow them down a lot because they're making a lot of use off of her free mana. I think in the interest of mana efficiency, I think we're going to try to just exile their signet. And then we have to use this guy's adventure or lose it. And we'll make our rider vigilant again.
Tear it all down.
Are they mana stuck right now? They seem to be. They were digging, trying to find another land, and now since we just took away their signet, they're not really any further ahead than they were last turn. And they can't even afford to play their commander yet. But they are trying to pop off here with Bergie and the Mentor. I mean, they're doing a lot with just 3 lands, 4 lands. Of course, I just realized now that we have 6, we could play our own commander and then suit it up with the mask. Oh my god. Alright, prowess, 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 prowess. 1 damage. Wicked. What did they discard? Helping Hand, okay. They really don't like Vivian. That's interesting. Well, I think we can do the same trick we did last time. Nissa. All right. So we could just play out Yargle and Multani. We can also wait and play them with Flash as long as we keep Vivian around. So maybe it's... I don't want to lose the Dread Knight, so I'll use him to draw a card first. It's another land. Okay. Do we play Nissa here? I think so. I think that kind of puts them to a point where they gotta decide.
Rise, my elemental friend.
You can still walk away.
Alright, so they don't block. We've got 2 really good planeswalkers, 2 decent-ish creatures to protect them. But we are tapped out, and they just found their 5th land. So they could play Feather, but then not really be able to do anything else. And as I hoped, they are throwing a lot at Nissa. So do we just let Nissa go and keep Vivian? I think so. I think I would rather keep Vivian here. Or maybe not. I guess we would still have Vivian, right? Alright, I'm going to try and double block this Mentor. They probably have a bunch of spells, and they're going to try to... There you go. Right. Prowess and all that. Alright, alright.
I'm not losing everything again.
Okay, they killed a land, but they did lose their Mentor, which is fine by me. Alright, so again, We... Hey, finally caught a live stream. Welcome! And our opponent decides they cannot beat Yargle and Multani. We got there. We did it. I mean, they were kind of stuck on lands, but we did have to mulligan to find ours. So that was actually a pretty fair fight, I think. That was pretty great. Let's run it back. All right, looking at the poll results, it looks like 80% of you said Yargle. Great. I'm so proud. Anyway, we're just kind of hanging out. It's a dark and dreary Friday, but we're having good times here. Arena took a million years to update itself today. Finally got everything installed and running. And just thought I'd squeeze in a little bit of a live stream here while I'm waiting for my kid to come home from school and the weekend to start. Appreciate everyone tuning in. Appreciate all the good card ideas for the Yargle and Multani deck. Let's see how it does against a Narset. Ooh. All right. So this hand's a little iffy. We have a Plaza of Heroes. Only works on legendary. Oh, that would actually let us cast Vivian. All right, that's fine. Fine. Or we could just draw a forest. I like that too. So we're going to go turn 2 Visionary, turn 3 Vivian. Elf. Yeah. All right, opponent has the gold forged Thopteryx into a Danifa. Well, I mean, I guess we play Vivian here. Question is, do we -2 her to find more creatures to play? Or do we plus her and try to keep her alive longer?
Let me show you what was
Well, we're not attacking into a 2/2 first strike for sure. But now if they want to kill her, they're going to have to devote a lot more resources to it. Alright, they have 4 lands in all 3 colors. They could play their commander. Or they could just drop a Ristic Study. Alright. So we would like to find our Terra Sunder now, please. Fling the Yargle. Yeah, it's kind of hard to do in a 2-color deck without red. Guess we'll give up the small elf.
Okay, so you've got claws.
Alright, so I'm actually gonna -2 our Vivian here. That's gonna let us look at the top 3 cards of our library.
Strike now! Strike hard!
Exile Azusa. And so we could actually play Azusa and then dump the rest of these lands out of our hand. That might be the best use. I mean, they've got Ristic Study, but I think we're okay paying for... Oh no! They killed our Vivian.
I've seen worse.
That's fine. And I don't think it's really worth putting Audacity on her, so we'll just say go. Alright, so we're already up to 6 lands, 7 lands. We'll be able to play Yargle if we want to. But do we want to? I mean, I guess so, right? That's why we're here. And yeah, we'll pay the 1. Alright, so they could bounce it, exile it. Probably not gonna do 6 points worth of burn. Elf was the real MVP. I mean, it really is. Drawing a card, chumping some damage, a lot of value there. Opponent is playing a surprisingly high number of permanents for a commander that grants prowess to everything, but whenever Narset attacks, exile target non-creature, non-land card with mana value less than Narset's power from a graveyard and copy it. So they can get a free play with fire. Alright, so that is our village rights. I really don't want to feed them cards. So I guess we just use Audacity to put trample on our... Narset artifacts would be cool to see. I mean, yeah, it just says non-creature, non-land card. So yeah, you could just keep spamming out artifacts, I guess. Alright, what do you do when there's a 26 coming towards you? (26) with trample, excuse me. And you can take this hit once, opponent. Or put all 3 creatures together to make 6 damage and kill my commander, but okay, cool. So I think I'm gonna play the monument here. Or maybe I was supposed to keep the mana open for Plaza so I could protect my commander. I don't know, I got the feeling they didn't really have a lot. They only got 1 card left. Sanctify, sure. Destroy target artifact or enchantment, gain 3. Yeah. I mean... I guess they could now attack with Narset, destroy my Audacity by flashing this back, right? Okay, or they could steal my Vivian, I guess.
I've lost so much already. I won't lose more.
Man, that lifelink is pretty rough.
There is wonder.
But we still have like a massive trampler here, so... Alright, so I think we're going to actually blitz our war chief, or do we want to just animate the land? It doesn't have trample, so I think it's better to blitz our war chief. And sure, I'll pay the 1. All right, so they have 25 coming to their face. I guess they can gain 2. Yeah, maybe attacking with Azusa was greedy there, but guess what? We're just gonna sacrifice her. So you don't gain the life. I guess you get to draw a card. We'll draw 2. And then hit you for Exaxes. Okay, Yargle and Multani undefeated. Pretty crazy. I am impressed. We're not making a ton of progress on our dailies here, but whatever. We'll get there. All right, let's go one more. It's getting a little dark in here, I see. Let me fix that. Do anything? There we go. There's the mustache in all of its HD glory. Ooh, we gotta turn one Llanowar else. You love it. You love to see it. Don't have double black for Arena or Murderer, though. Guess we're just gonna have to ramp into something else. Oh, maybe we do have double black. Yay! Alright, our opponent. Zur, the Eternal Schemer. Enchantment creatures you control. Okay, okay. Alright, so they have a Spellbook Vendor. 2/2 Vigilance. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may pay 1. When you do, create a Sorcerer roll attached to target creature you control. Makes him into a Scrying 3/3. And we're not throwing away our elf to block that. Trust the heart of the cards. Yeah. All right. So do we just get rid of this thing while we got the shot to do it? Okay. Uh-oh. Okay. Opponent's got something that's holding up priority over there. I don't know. Find out what that is. So now they found blue, so they could have counter spells. They could be saving up for Wandering Emperor could be sitting right here with double white. What is that? Exile target creature, you gain 1 life for each boar you control. Okay. Okay, sure. Alright, so next turn we'll have 4, 5, 6, maybe 7. They're playing their Pig Portent. They get to conjure a card, and boars they control are bigger. That's fine. Do we just want to slam down our commander here? Do we want to put down a hasty 6/6? That seems pretty good. I mean, the scariest thing is if they've got a board wipe, really. So they're dropping their own commander, so now I'm much less worried about any sort of board wipe. They get me for 3 with their pig. Very well. Target non-aura enchantment you control becomes a creature and addition to its other types, base power and toughness equal to its mana value. So that he can do any time. So he can turn this into a 4/4, and it'll have Death Touch, Lifelink, and Hexproof. Interesting. Well, we're not going to walk into that. But if he wants to spend his mana, we'll just make it so it doesn't untap. Oh, come on. All right, so they used Fragment Reality, exile our Vorinclex, and then we got a random creature card out of our library, which happened to be our Stonecoil Serpent, so it came in as a 0/0 and died. They just straight up killed it. All right. Well, do I want to trade off my 6/6 for this guy? I guess I kind of do, actually. The longer that sits there, the worse this gets. And we can always tack a Numa to get somebody back. In fact, I kind of like using Takanuma here. And taking back Stonecoil. And making a 4/4. So with protection from multicolored, Stonecoil can block and kill either of these for now. No. All right, this Zerd deck is pretty effective. We're down to 10. I mean, we can play our commander. Not sure how much it actually does for us here. And we can keep up Bitter Triumph. But I do not have a good feeling about this one. Especially if they've got Elspeth Conquers Death. So they're trying to throw a buff on their commander, so we'll just use Bitter Triumph to get rid of it. And then take 5? Oh gosh. Oh no. And we find a land, come on. I mean, we're not technically dead here, but we're about to be, right? Well, maybe not. I mean, really all they had to do is play their commander and give this, like, Death Touch again, and then... All right, so Yargle Matani is 2-1. Okay, opponent, I get it. You have all the answers. Where was the heart of the cards on that one? All right, I think we have time for maybe one more, maybe two more if they go quick. I want to get a nice clean 5 games in here if we can, so we're just going to jump right back in it. All right, so 2-1. We can still get a 4-1 record out of this, which I would be happy with. I'd settle for 3-2, but okay. Some early lands, Visionary, Stomper, and removal. We are up against Shrines, however. Ugh. I mean, this might be one of my least favorite matchups. Or least favorite card to play against. I mean, I don't know how the matchup's going to go. I've never done this, but man, do I not love that card. So I think we're going to go Stomper on 3. Search for a basic land. We'll get another black, so our double blacks are online. Although opponent's gone 4 turns without playing a shrine. Alright, and this guy can't attack or block until we have 7 lands. So we've got 5. Binding, interesting. On the elf. Do I just want to make it hexproof? I think I do. If you want to kill it that badly. Interesting, Defense of the Heart. Okay. What is this? What? Arena? Yo, what's up? We are playing Historic Brawl, or as it's more commonly called now, just Brawl. We've got Yargle and Multani, because we have a sense of humor and style. And we have a very fun green and black deck that just tries to ramp and make this an evasive, powerful, one-shot death cannon. Mostly made out of glass. It's great. It's great. Okay, our opponent has Moon Blessed Cleric. They're searching up an enchantment, and it is, oh god, Kami War. Okay. Well, I guess they're going to get to play that next turn. So I think we draw a card here, trying to find more lands so our Stomper can attack. There we go. Very cool. Hope you're having a great day. You know, I am. Now that it's Friday afternoon and most of my work is done, I've been working on the script for the recap for Murders at Markov Manor, but the weekend is here, and yeah. Things are going well. I just want to get a little practice in with live streaming, so trying to do maybe like one a week for a month or two. They are terrified of our Defense of the Heart. All right. And I will gladly take 3 damage here from this thing. That's totally fine. What else does this do? Turn up to 1 other target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Okay. Exile this saga, and then they get the thing and the thing. Okay. All right. So what do we like here? I think we'll just grab some more lands with Cultivate. And then I'm actually even okay playing this Thragtusk because if they bounce something back to our hand, I mean, that's fine. Okay, now we'll get him for 6. Story time while playing. I mean, I'm open to that. Love to watch a ramble story stream, make stuff up as I go, try to focus on different stuff. I mean, I'm not quite to that level yet, but this is interesting. Do I discard the Visionary, which draws me cards, or one of my removal pieces? I guess we can ditch removal. Even though we're going to need it probably to kill either their commander or this when it flips. Yeah, the plan was to start the stream much earlier today, and then yeah, kind of talk while I just hang out. But there was a huge arena patch or update or whatever, and that took all day to download and install and get working. So now I've just got a little bit of time here before my kid gets home from school. And so I'm just trying to focus on like playing the game best I can, and just working on, you know, this is kind of like a stress test for my computer because last time during the stream it just broke. All right, up the beanstalk seems good here. Although maybe we should have kept. Oh, I guess yeah, we should have kept mana up. But need more mustache minutes in my life. Well, I mean, I tried to save those for the story recap episodes, and you're in luck because that's what I'm working on right now. So the next video will be a story recap, and it will have mustache minutes regarding somebody getting murdered. Alright, so they have flipped Okagachi. It's all colors, it's got flying and trample. Whenever it attacks, defending player chooses, oh my god, a non-land card in their graveyard, and they get to put it back in their hand. Okay, that's actually not terrible. So the best part about this is that they're down to 6, and we're about to have enough mana to play a... Oh, this doesn't have trample. It has hexproof and haste. Okay. I was thinking we'll just smash in, and there's no way, but... unless we also draw Audacity or something. So what do we like here? Do we get rid of Calyx just because he's annoying? Do we get rid of Okagachi because it's big? Maybe we'll start by drawing a card. Cycling land. And a Vivian. Alright, well... I think Calyx is the most annoying here. But if I kill Calyx, Okagachi could just get him back, right? So we have to get rid of Okagachi. Or try to. Man. I mean, this game is close, like too close, because even though they're down to just 6, they have insane stuff on board. And then they just ultimatum to get back 1 card, blow up my horror, pop off 1,000 shrines, Yeah. And we don't really have a way to just get that last 6 points of damage in. Go Shinty. I hate this. I hate this commander. Sure, you can cast Surge again. Whatever. Yeah. Layer doesn't do it. Okay. Gift does give trample. So do I have enough? 7, 8, 9, 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I won't have enough to also play gift. Oh, no. I guess if we just play it little. Well, if they try to just chump block, they do not. So what happens if I throw this on here? 6 minus 2, only 4 gets across. And then we're dead on the clapback, right? Man. These shrines. Alright, good game, opponent. You have a full grip of cards, so I think we're just gonna bow out of this one. Alright, that makes us what, 2 and 2? We can still finish with a winning record. Let's do one more. And then I'll let you all get out of here because it's the weekend. Alright. Yargle and Multani back at it. Squeak, squeak. Well, thank you all again for spending part of your time here. I know there's a lot of great content on YouTube, and you're watching a live stream featuring somebody who rarely does this. So appreciate the faith or the patience as I develop my skills here. Okay, this looks pretty good. Uprising, Stomper, removal, lands, no elf. Cheers. Cheers to you. Do you have a favorite commander? Yeah, we kind of talked about this earlier. In paper, some of my favorites are Naban, Dean of Iteration. He's a mono blue wizard who doubles your wizard's triggers. So I have like a wizard deck that just bounces everything back to people's hands. I have a red and black... Excuse me, I think I'm just going to exile this Arcane Signet while I can. Red and black Raphael, demons and devils and imps and tieflings, which is a lot of fun. I have, just last night for the first time, I played Zamon and Dina. That should have been, well, maybe not. Top 3 Journey songs. Don't Stop Believin'. Don't Stop Believin' remix. And Don't Stop Believin' acoustic. Do I want Nissa here or the Uprising? I think Uprising. Although maybe getting Nissa sooner rather than later would have been better. All right. Well, we're okay. We got a land. We got protection. We got removal. We got an opponent who concedes. They probably didn't find their 4th land, and without their Arcane Signet, they were done. Does that count? Is that 3 and 2? Do we do one more? Let's do a bonus one. And if we win, it replaces one of our losses, but if we lose, it doesn't count at all. Okay, that's how we're doing it, because this is a bonus. Journey also... Separate Ways is really good. That's them too. I always forget that. But yeah. Don't stop believing in Separate Ways. Nah, do one more. Okay, well, you talked me into it. Really twisted my arm there. Beanstalk on 2. Monument, Visionary. Playable, playable. We're up... Oh my god, I'm looking in the mirror. It's Chulane. It's me. How am I going to beat that? One of the best Brawl cards ever made. One of the only Brawl cards ever made. And they brought their neon fish. Love it. Alright, so as planned, Beanstalk. Kind of hoping to find more lands here, but we're not in trouble yet. Elf. Interesting. So we could play the elf to guarantee ourselves the most mana next turn, or we could play the monument to use the most mana this turn. I think putting the elf down is probably better. Branchwalker finds Pippin on top of their deck. Okay. I think it's Visionary here. Keep the cards coming. We're not attacking into a 3-2. Alright, what does Pippin actually do? Vigilance and Ward. Another target creature you control gains protection from the card type of your choice. Okay. Strange. So we have 6. So I think I want the Mask and the Monument this turn, since we're not under a ton of pressure. But now next turn we could play Multani and then buff up somebody. We won't also be able to equip the Mask though. It costs 3 to equip. Beast Whisper. Alright, so they're about to pop off with Chulane. Oh dear. Alright, so Chulane, whenever they cast a creature spell, they get to draw a card and put a land from their hand onto the battlefield. Not even tapped, by the way. Just play a land for free. And then Beast Whisperer says whenever they cast a creature spell, draw a card. So these two together, each one creature nets them 2 more cards. Do I want to trade off with this? Not really, right? Because we're about to try to attack. Alright, so I think we play Multani here. We don't find another land. But we do have a 5/4, so like, send it. And we got a 5/5 that can block pretty much anything. The reach on there is really good, and our elf will let us protect it with Tyvar's Stand. So the problem though is that they're just going to keep deploying more and more creatures because this little combo here. All right, well that's not a creature. How good is Edict against them? Make them sack something? I guess they've got like stuff they don't mind giving up. Esper Sentinel, no. Okay, that's mildly problematic. We need to find a way to break this up. I need something that kills Beast Whisperer. Well. Oh my god. What is even happening anymore? You can't even see half of their creatures because they're behind my face cam. Oh my gosh. Whose idea was it to play one more quick game? Because this is your fault. Why didn't we put like a board wipe in this deck? Just one. Just one damnation or something. Yeah, that would have been fine. And now with the Lotus Cobra, every land that they play with Chulane turns into 2 lands. Every creature they play turns into 2 cards. Oh my god. I was all excited to put the mask on Multani next turn and attack for like 6 flying in the air. And they're gonna have like 60 power on the ground. Oh, and now they've got a Haywire Might, so they'll just eat my mask. I don't even have lifelink. Alright, you know what? You're good, opponent. There's no way I'm coming back from this. They're just gonna keep going. So remember, that one doesn't count because it was an extra. But I can't end on that, can I? Like, no, I can't. We got it. We need a good finish from Yargle and Multani. Hoi. All right. I think the matchmaking algorithm has figured out the appropriate power level of our deck and is now giving us challenges. Give me Feather with 3 lands again. That was fun. Like, only end with a win. That's the... But what? It's another Chulane! No! No! What hell queue am I in? What is this? They're playing 2/4s that draw cards and ramp, and I have a vanilla 18/6. Right, you don't want to end on a loss, but if you're winning, you don't want to end on a winning streak either. So you win and then you keep playing until you lose, but then you don't want to end on a lose. Oh, also, we're just going to get milled out, too. Fantastic. Illuna, is that the apex of wishes or something? That's the teamer one, right? Yeah, we could do that next time. I mean, whatever. All right. What do we do here? Vivian, I guess, because we're not really under any pressure. If this is a spell pierce offer, you can't refuse. All right, we don't even get that. Interesting, interesting. Yep. Just mill our Multani into the bin. That's cool. All green cards so far down there. Where are you gonna go with that? Onto the treasure? I mean, I guess. I like how this massive update today just glitched like the targeting arrows and a bunch of other stuff. Just cause. Everything that was working fine before now is broken. Snakeskin Vale. Alright, well, we have to find more lands. If we harmonize and we draw 3, we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. Feel a little better. Not the swarm. But no land to follow it up. Interesting. I really want to find a way to kill that swarm, though, before they make a copy. And we don't do it. Alright, well. No land, no land. You're not allowed to have any lands. Okay, Soul Warden's fine. They might be stuck on 3. Ugh. So what do I do here? Dread Knight and equip it? Yeah, you gain a life. So I guess, okay, they don't, this only starts making copies of itself when they have 6 lands, so they'll just make insects for a little while. That's actually not too bad. I just hate it when it starts making copies of itself, because then it spirals out of control. Ooh, we haven't gotten to play this yet. But I think I'm going to actually drop my Uprising. And so we have a 5/4 Trampler with protection from blue and black. Whenever it deals damage, we get to Surveil 2. And then cast an instant or sorcery from our graveyard. I think we want that invasion. We don't have any instants or sorceries in the graveyard. Alright. So, Monument? Alright, well, if they can't find lands... Fabled Passage. Ugh. So there goes that invasion that we were going to draw. Okay. It's kind of a bold attack, but... So does Takanuma get us anything really great back out of our bin? Not really. So let's use that as our land. Is it even worth attacking here? I mean, I don't think it is. I think we just want to deploy blocks. Yeah, that's fine. With 3 lands left, do we play our Mask and try to get some lifelink happening? Or do we just keep up our protection? I think we just wait. Yeah, I don't even want to attack here. We just need blockers. Excuse me. Alright, opponent still on the 100-card mill plan. And they now have 5 lands. So they find one more, and we start getting out of control with these bugs. I'm just trying to decide if it's worth like firing off Snakeskin Veil to make somebody a little bit bigger and to put something into our bin that we can get back with the sword. I guess it's not. Alright. So I think we play the mask. And equip it. And try to gain back some life. See what this does for us. Unfortunately, since the sword gives us protection from black, you can't have the mask and sword on the same person. Okay, so just like last time, they found Chulane and Beast Whisperer together. Which is gonna be a problem. Okay. Yes, you can just knot the sword first. Now, if you have protection from black, you can't be enchanted, equipped, dealt damaged. I thought that that'll make the other thing just fall off, won't it? Like, I know if it's protected, it can't be targeted by something, but I thought also anything that's already on it when it has protection would pop off because it can't be enchanted or equipped by things of that color. I've only been playing this game 25 years and I still don't know how protection works. Alright, opponent found a 7th land, so now they get to start making clones of Scoot Swarms. Love it. So our best hope now is to just load up Yargle as a massive flying, life-linking, trampling beater and try to kill them before they kill us. Interesting they're not attacking. Murderous Rider, like, couple turns too late. Alright, so let's test this out. Can we equip the sword over here? What happens? So the mask fell off. Right? They can't both be on the same person. So the mask was already on, I moved the sword over, and it knocked the mask off. And now if I try to equip the mask, it won't let me equip it to the guy who has protection. So I think we're gonna move that back over here. Spend all of our mana just shuffling stuff around. It's fine, though. According to the fandom wiki, you have it correct. You can't have protection and be enchanted by the same color. Right. Right. And we just saw that play out, so there we go. It's okay. I mean, I'm not mad. We're all here to learn and do better. But yes, if you have protection from a color, you can't hold another piece of equipment that is that color. Dang Tear asunder. Okay. They don't have anything that I can actually hit with that. Cool. Alright, they're down to 11. Can they actually kill me? Because if not, maybe I can kill them. They're not going to mill me out, I don't think. They do get to keep gaining life. They get to keep playing and drawing cards. Swords on Yargle. Sure. Alright, so once again, we get to sit here and watch a Chulane deck just pop off. And we just kind of get to sunbathe the Karn, I guess. Yeah, they're just going to gain so much life now. Like, we were within striking distance, and now this is insane. So, yeah, okay, well, we're not beating Chulane today, apparently. Unfortunate. Will we get paired with him a third time? Let's give it a shot. One last time. All right. Win or lose, this is gonna have to be it because I got stuff to do. I'm sure you all do too. So it can be destroyed by blue cards. What can be destroyed by blue cards? We can't end on a loss. Okay. Cottage, some removal. We're up against Valki, so if they play that, they get to take a creature out of our hand. We don't have one. That's actually kind of funny. So the sword gives the equipped creature +2/+2 and protection from blue and from black. And then the Mask of Grizzlebrand is a black piece of equipment. So if someone's already holding the sword, you cannot equip a black item to that creature. It doesn't matter what order you do it in. You can't have both at the same time. Protection is always. It's not like hexproof where it can't be targeted by a thing. It just can never have never be enchanted, equipped, damaged, or blocked or anything. Surely I won't face them 3 times in a row. No, I just got Valki this time, which is much better. Much better. Our opponent needs to decide if they're taking their mulligan or not, but otherwise we're doing great. I think we keep this. I mean, I don't love the double black on a single black source, but we at least have turns 2 and 3 to do something. And surely we'll draw an elf. That'll help. Or this opponent's just not even going to show up to play. All right. So they burned through the rope once. Let's see if they do it again. Hey, wait a minute. They got our sleeves. This is like a cosmic joke. They got the guy who steals identities, and they have our sleeves. Come on. That's kind of funny. Okay, some life. Here we go. We're gonna start with our Restless Cottage. Opponent doesn't play out their Valki. Curious. I mean, don't let the cards get mixed up, yeah. Just like in real life when your sleeves are all the same and it's the pre-release and you just kind of scoop everything up at the end and you're like, oh, no, that was mine. Been there, been there. All right, well, I guess we have enough green for tribute to the world tree. But no threats of our own yet. Nothing to really do here. Oh my gosh, all right, they're just... All right, so what does this actually do? As it enters the battlefield, you get an emblem with you may play cards exiled with this guy, and you may spend mana as a... Okay. And then they plussed him to exile the top card of each player's library. So they have their own Infernal Grasp and our Baloth. I think we have to pretty much kick our Terra Sunder to exile him and set them back pretty far, because now they don't have treasures, and he's going to cost extra to cast, so... Alright, we found another black, but it doesn't actually do us anything. Yet. They're up to 7, and they need 9 to replay Tybalt. And we will just answer it with Hero's Downfall. We have no answer for this. Now we need to draw our one of our 2 edicts, right? We need Shieldred's Edict or Diabolic, or not Diabolic, Chainers. And then everything will be fine. Alright, opponent, you have a hasty 6/6 with hexproof. Thank you. Sadly, not an edict. Do we try to trade it off with our massive commander? No, because they'll just kill it with Infernal Grasp that we know they have. So I guess we just play Arena here and try to find some answers.
Let's make this quick. I've got other things to run.
Okay, and now we're under a clock with Chandra, so that feels great. Yep. Take 2. Okay. Well, I really don't want to get buried under emblems from her, so I guess we're killing her.
You're gonna be sorry when I come back.
And the next turn, if we're still alive, I think we play our commander and equip him as quick as we can. Although they just have removal ready, so I think we lose again, fam. Yep. Cultivate doesn't really help us. Swamp doesn't really help us. I mean, even if we attack here, the cottage makes a food, but that doesn't gain us enough life to not die. Draw emblem removal. I mean, that's fine. Think we're still dead. Alright. 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 It's 4:20 on my clock here, so I guess we gotta blaze it. I'm giving this 10 minutes. We're stopping at 4:30. That's a hard stop. I gotta be done in like 10 more minutes. So if we're up against Chulane again, or Teferi, or somebody who plays super slow, we're not gonna get to finish this, but I will try one more against a Johnny. Sure. Okay. Knight, and nothing else that we can actually play. I don't think we can keep this hand. This is considerably better. Alright. Cross your fingers, pray to Nylea, whatever you got. We're gonna need it all. Last one for real. For real. Who is this? Each opponent can't venture into the dungeon more than once each turn. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Okay, okay, okay. They have a Griffinary. Okay. Play a land. Do we Azusa? Play another land? That's it? Can't be blocked by creatures with power 3 or greater. Alright, so Azusa can block either of these right now. They've played their Ajani. Gain life. Okay. And they get a free bird. Not great. Alright, invasion time. This gets us more land. 2 basics, put them on the battlefield tapped. We need green. We need a lot of green. Okay, we have 6 now. They have the other Ajani.
You should be proud to have come so far. Find your inner
They gain a bunch of life. Ugh. Alright, now they get to attack past our Azusa. Okay. So what is our plan here? I mean, I guess we just start by drawing a card? Or do I need to kill one of these things? I think I do.
My hope for peace is gone.
Okay. Don't love our position here. We got a lot more cards in hand. They've only got 2 left. It's not like white is really good at drawing more cards.
I will lend you my strength.
This princess is getting crazy because now we can't block it. Oh my god. Okay. Hey, okay, so we're like pretty much dead to these birds. And we get a swamp. Alright. Well, visionary, draw a card. It's a sword, but that doesn't really help us here. This also doesn't really help us. Or does it? search my library. Give me my stone coil serpent, please. He caused... Oh. I forgot it puts it right onto the battlefield. I thought I would get to make it at least a 1/1 so I could chump block one of these birds. Alright, then yeah, we're dead. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Even before he buffs them up with counters. Just not Yargle's day, friends. I mean, it's a cool deck. Maybe with some refinements and some more tight synergy and game plan. We kind of just threw the kitchen sink in there and had some early wins. But it kind of fizzled out towards the end. But that's Magic, you know? Still a lot of fun to play. Still glad you all stopped in here. And I appreciate you joining me on this Friday for an impromptu live stream story time. I, of course, would ask that if you enjoyed this, you check out some of our sponsors down in the description under this video. Nobody is sponsoring this video in particular, but I just have general affiliate links, and anytime you use one of those, it does support the show and helps me to do different stuff like live streams and you know, whatever else, whatever, maybe a podcast someday. I don't know. But that's going to be it for me today. Once again, thank you for tuning in. Really love hanging out here with everybody. And this wouldn't be, you know, worth doing if I didn't have my little community of lore mages. You guys are great. I can't wait to share the story of Murders at Karlov Manor with you coming up here in just a couple of days, next week, give or take. Until then, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the great stories you'll only find on Magic Arcanum, and we'll see ya.